All right, wonderful young people. Now let's take a look at example 1, where it wants us to find the lateral area, surface area, and volume of a cylinder. It stated that it wants us to use 3.1416 for pi, although if you want to use your pi button or just 3.14, that's fine. And then let's round to the nearest whole number. So if you want to go ahead and try this, just pause the video and see if you can do it. If not, you can go through here with me and we'll do this together, and you can then do some practice exercises on your own. So let's start off first with lateral area, okay? So A. Now if you remember, for a cylinder, without looking at your formula sheet, lateral area is equal to the perimeter of the base times the height, okay? And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is your base, even though this is laying on its side. So we need to find the perimeter of that, or the circumference. And then we're going to take that times the height here. Remember, height is always distance between the two bases. It doesn't mean distance from top to bottom, especially if a cylinder is laying on its side like this. So what you may see in your formula sheet, perimeter of the base, if you remember, perimeter of a circle is just circumference, and that's equal to pi times diameter. All right? So you may see pi times diameter and then times the height on your formula sheet. And that's fine. You can use that. So if we take a look here, perimeter of the base, if we take pi, which it tells us to use 3.1416, and we're going to take that times the diameter of the base. The diameter of the base is right here. Remember, diameter is distance from one side of the circle to the other through the center, and that is our 14. That's the diameter of that base. So we're going to take that times 14. All right? Now, the only thing is, I haven't figured that out, which we can do here. If we take 3.1416 times 14, 3.1416 times 14, we get this. We get 43.9824. Then, if that's, and by the way, again, it's a length, so it's just centimeters, okay? Then that's what this value is right here. So all we're going to do is then we need to figure out what the height is. Well, the height is the distance between two bases. That is your height. So we're going to take the perimeter of the base, pi times diameter, which we already found, which was 43.9824, and we're going to multiply that by the height of 26.5. And if you do that, then you find out, ladies and gentlemen, that your lateral area is equal to 1,165.53, yada, yada, yada. It says round to the nearest whole number, so we're going to round there. So basically our lateral area is 1,166 square centimeters. Remember, this is a lateral area. Okay? So that's A, that's the lateral area. B just says, now let's find the total surface area. Well, you just found your lateral area, you just add in the area of the two bases. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to move that down a little bit so I don't run into the next problem. Okay? So, we already have the lateral area figured out. That was this right here. So all I need to do is figure out the area of the base. Well, again, if you do that, area of the base, and you can use any formula you like on the formula sheet, but area of the base is equal to pi r squared. So we're going to take 3.1416 times the radius. Now, if the diameter was 14, we've got to divide that by 2 to get the radius. So the radius is equal to 7, and we're going to square that. So, pi r squared. If we do that, that ends up being, let's see, 3.1416 times 49, which is 7 squared, and we get 153.9384. Now, we're going to go ahead and put that in for A then. So, our area we just found right here, and by the way, that would be centimeters squared if we needed to. We're going to take a lateral area we just found. Now again, I'm not going to use the rounded, I'm going to use the unrounded number. 1,165.53. I know there's more digits to go, but I'm just going to use that. Plus 2 times 153.9384. So, if we do that, and we add all that up, we get 1,473.41, and then you can, like I said, you can keep going. But again, once, ladies and gentlemen, a whole number, so that'd be that's this, 1,473. The 4 doesn't affect the 3 at the end of our whole number, centimeters squared. That's the total surface area. So good so far. If you don't understand something, then ladies and gentlemen, just go ahead and rewind this if you need to. And then finally C, we want to find the volume. Well, volume, remember, was the area of the base times the height. Now, you may see it written as this, pi r squared h, because pi r squared is your area of your base, that's A, times your height. Well, we already know the area of the base, we just found it back up here. It was 153.9384. So we're just going to take 153.9, gotta look again, 0.9384, and we're just going to take that times the height of the cylinder, distance between the two bases, which is 26.5. Okay, now if we work that out on the old calculator, that ends up being 4,079.36, yada, yada, yada. And if we round to the nearest whole number, that's 4,079 cubic centimeters. Okay? So again, there's a lot of complicated formulas on your formula sheet. You can by all means use them. However, if you just go and use the same formulas we did for prisms, you'll find that, ladies and gentlemen, this tends to work out pretty well. If you have any questions, and if you're off by just a little bit, like some decimal points, it could just be rounding, so don't get too worked up about that. But our whole number answer should be relatively the same. So if you have any questions, just please get a hold of me, okay? Next video, we're gonna take a look at spheres.